So yeah, thanks for joining us. We're going to do a question and answer here, and we're going to learn more about each other.
We've got here Brenna Epstein. Hi, Damo.
Hello, Brenna. Hope you're doing well. I always see your support. Thanks a million for that. You're very kind. I'm just going to look forward here as well and see. There we are there.
You see it? Got about
Yeah, I see it.
550 watching.
So, should I hit the play button here? Well, I'll make it easy.
Yeah.
There we are. Lovely. And how are you? Lindsay, how's it going? Everybody saying hello. It's going pretty quick. Stacy, hello. Glenna, hello. Nancy, would you say hi to your future mother? Nancy, to my future mother. Pretty sure my future mother is currently alive in Ireland. It's my current mother, and I love her very much, and I miss her. But hello, mother. So there you are. Christy Kemp, what are some of the things that you loved and hated when you were on Glee that was different from touring? It's a good question. I mean, it was very different. It was a very different experience than touring for a number of reasons. The TV world is a lot of hurry up and wait. You would be rushed to set at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, particularly on a Monday. You would start incredibly early, and then you would wait honestly for a few hours before they're even ready to start shooting, and then you would do one take and you would wait another 30 minutes while they reset cameras, and then you would do another take, you wait another 30 minutes, and a take lasts, obviously every scene's different, but a take lasts 2 or 3 minutes. So it was a lot of waiting around. But it was a great experience. I loved every minute of it. I would do it again for sure. I'm sure I will do it again in the future if I am lucky enough to get the opportunity. And at the moment I am focused on touring, and I am very focused on music, because I feel like my next 2 to 3 years is going to be a really big window for me, and we've got a good plan coming and we're excited about it. And frankly, I love touring. I love entertaining. This is what I love to do, not necessarily television. So television came to me without me really chasing it over a period of years. So yeah, I love touring, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the next while. So hope to see a few of you in the road. Hope that answered your question. Hello, Alex. Daisy has joined you. Daisy, I hope you're doing well. I like your name. Yeah. Catherine, hello from Sydney, Cape Breton. Please come back to Sydney. We would love to come back to Sydney. I think we are coming back. We're definitely in Canada around middle of November. So I'm sure we'll see a few of you up there. Vanessa Hunt, how do you like Des Moines so far? I love Des Moines. I had an awful hit of insomnia last night. I slept for about an hour. I got to bed at 2 and I woke up at 3, and I've been awake since. So it's not really ideal when you're on the road, and I think tonight's show 30 or 31 or something. So it's not ideal, but it's fine. I took a little walk around in Des Moines, picked myself up a coffee, which I'm going to keep functioning and drink whilst doing this, so it could be bad. Kimberly Coyle Piper, when will you come back to Seattle and do a solo performance? We loved your last one, look forward to your next one. Kimberly, just look out, we are touring the Christmas album, and there's going to be dates announced in the next couple of weeks, so tune in for that. And we're there with Celtic Thunder also in November. So yeah, I'm in Seattle a few times coming up, which I'm excited about. Evelyn Olsen, hello from California. Do you get nervous performing? How do you deal with stage fright? I think every night you do get nervous. When you, some of the best bits of advice I've ever got is that if you don't get nervous, you shouldn't be doing it anymore, because it's part of the game. Nerves is healthy. Learning, if you know how to deal with them, obviously you need to learn how to handle nerves and sort of put that energy in the right place and help your performance rather than hurt it. So yes, of course I get nervous most nights. It's not as bad as it used to be. At the beginning I used to be quite frightened by when I was running out doing Puppy Love when I was 14. That was a scary moment that I'll not forget it in a hurry. But it's great, and yes, we all get nervous, but it's healthy and it's good, and you become you learn how to handle those nerves, and as I say, put them in the right place. So Sam Williams, hi, how are you? Sam, I am fantastic. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Marina Frisch, love you, Damien. Thank you, Marina. I love you too. Lots of caffeine, Shelley. Yes, indeed.
Stacey Barlow, what is your favourite song to perform in Celtic Thunder?
Stacey Barlow, favourite song to perform in Celtic Thunder? I would say at the moment probably Falling Slowly. I feel like that's where I want me as an artist to progress. That's sort of where I want to go. It's a little more mature for me. You know, I love doing Home. I love doing Buchel and Ernia. Breaking Up's Hard to Do in this tour, if you haven't seen it, is not what you would expect at all. So for whoever has seen it, you know what I'm talking about. For whoever hasn't seen it, get your tickets for the CT tour and you will soon find out what I'm talking about. But it is, there's a bit of humour involved, let's just say that. So, but I would say my favourite would be Falling Slowly. Because it's a little more mature. It sort of suits me for where I am right now and allows me to show off my range and sort of what I can do. So that would be my favourite. But Turning Away would be my favourite group song. I'm a big fan of that. It's going really fast.
It's about 750 comments so far.
That's a lot. That's a lot of comments. Brogan Lee, loved you in Glee. Any future acting in Divers after the tour? I will act again. I've been sort of taking lessons here and there because I wasn't very good. So yeah, I just before I want to put anything on camera again, I want to get better. So, and I think for some reason men as they get older sort of get better in that anyway, because they learn how to control performance a little more. So that's what I've been working on. So if I get the opportunity, and I have done in the past, I just haven't taken them yet, but I will act again for sure. Hi Damien from Coleraine. Hello Janice from Coleraine. Nice to have a bit of Irish with us. Thanks for tuning in. Hey from Denmark. It's pretty great, everybody over the world tuning in. This is really cool. Thanks for joining us. We're currently in Des Moines. We're on the Celtic Thunder Legacy Tour, obviously. Unless you've been hiding in a hole, I'm pretty sure you know that. We're in Des Moines tonight, show 30 at 31, and it's been going great. We've loved every minute. The crowds have been fantastic. The Legacy Tour has been a blast, and it's actually going really fast. We were saying this morning it's going really fast, so we're enjoying that. So I'll take more questions here. A lot of people saying hello people. These are very kind. How do you handle insomnia when you are crowded in the bus? Well, the bus is you do have your own personal space in the bus. You know, the model is you walk on. You know, obviously there's our driver directly as you walk in the door, and then you take a left, and it's the living room area where sort of the social behaviour goes on, and there's TVs on either side, and then there's a kitchen, there's a bathroom, there's like a little dining area. But then as you go on back, you know, you go through a door and you have your bunks. So on the artist bus we have 8 bunks, 2. I'm always back right because that's where I've slept for 9 years whenever I tour. So I mean, it's not really a problem handling not being able to sleep because you've got your curtain, you've got your personal space. So I woke up at 3 this morning and read a book for about 3 hours, and then I watched the football, and I just handled it. I don't normally get insomnia, but it wasn't great last night, so it is what it is. James Robertson, hi Damien, been a big fan of CT for over 5 years. I live in Wales. My question, has CT ever considered doing shows in the UK? I think obviously you need to ask the hierarchy about this, but I'm pretty sure they are looking into more worldwide shows. I know Asia has been mentioned for a while, and Europe's been mentioned for a while. We were just in Australia in May, so I would say in the future that'll definitely happen. So keep tuning in there, James. Go on, Matt, pick a question there. Show on it.
Saying Maureen Kyo here, what are you reading? I'm just going to say we have a laptop here with the questions as well, just so Damien can read them too. He's not just staring at the ground here.
Yeah, I'm not staring at the ground. This is what I'm staring at, in case you're wondering. This is what we're doing right here. So this morning I was reading I was reading the new Harry Potter book, which I've sort of been reading for a while on and off. I also read a lot of the newspapers. I read the news every day. I read the sports, and I quite like autobiographies. We've got a visitor.
We've got Angie here.
What's happening?
Hi.
How are you?
Just listening to you the next time.
I heard tilted in there. So yeah, I sort of read anything, but on a daily basis, I quite like to keep up to date with the news, because when you're on the road, you can easily get lost. To be honest, it's like this bubble of your own like importance and schedule, and you sort of forget what's going on in the rest of the world, or you sort of are locked away from it almost. So I like to keep up to date with that and to find out what's going on in the rest of the world.
Jim Milligan, Law, did you spill your coffee?
I did spill my coffee, Jim. It's not great, really, but I saved some of it. I've still got some left, so there you are. It's just not my day, Jim. Today is not a great day between insomnia and spilling coffee. Let's hope the show goes better tonight. Do you not miss Northern Ireland? Of course I miss Northern Ireland. I love going home. I obviously miss my family terribly. Miss my friends, people I grew up with. Just home, really. You know, it's you only have one home, and that's what it is. But I get to go home now at Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that and seeing everybody. It'll be a good time.
From Angela McKee Keller, what is your favourite hobby?
Favorite hobby? I would say playing sports. I would think. I love playing football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. On this tour, we've been playing a bit of golf, sort of once every 2 weeks. We started off playing golf. We haven't played in a while actually. It's slowed down a bit. Myself, Matthew, and Neil, and Michael, and Emma Cahill played a decent amount, and now we haven't recently. So I think we will eventually again. We're just not very good. At least me and Matthew are. Well, Matthew's better. I'm not great, to be honest. Do you paint or tinker on things? Don't really know. I don't paint. No, I'm terrible at art. Always have been, unfortunately.
I saw a good question there a while ago. What was your worst wardrobe malfunction on stage?
Worst wardrobe malfunction on stage? I frequently go on stage, and as I'm walking on, I check my flight. But I don't know if that's a malfunction, but I always do, because I'm afraid, because I forget to do it when I'm on stage. But I always check and make sure my fly's up, so I'm like walking off and like turning away, like trying to subtly make sure my fly's up. And I'm pretty sure everyone in the front row is like, why is he touching himself right now? It's a bit weird. So, but I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to make sure my fly's up. So there you are. So
You've got Michael Fitzpatrick joined.
yes.
And Michael Kilpatrick, apologies.
Oh, Michael. Hope you're well, Michael. Did he ask a question or he just says hello?
He just joined.
Oh, good man, Michael. Good to see you. Well, not really see you, but see you through a screen, you know what I mean. Just looking to see more. I'm trying to vary it up here so we can get a decent amount in.
Let's see now. Any video games you're interested in?
I don't really have time for video games, to be honest. I used to play them a lot when I was younger, but I don't. I think it's a sign of getting old. I don't even think I own a console anymore. I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation. I don't have any of that. So I've got an iPad, which I play Football Manager on sometimes. That's about it.
Got someone here from Israel tuned in.
Israel, thanks for joining us in the whole way across the world. That is pretty great. I've never done this Facebook Live outside of the group Celtic Thunder one, so this is pretty.
Are you still living in the States?
I am still living in the States. Yeah, I've been living there 5 years now. So I've been living in LA 5 years. I moved there August 2011 when I got the gig on Glee. So it's been great. I love it out here. America's been very kind to me, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I hope to keep giving back through work and all that good stuff. So who knows how much longer I'll actually live out here, but we'll see. No one knows what the future holds. I love it here at the moment, so it's all that matters.
What's that? My daughter wants to know how you do the one eyebrow thing.
This, I don't know actually. My eyebrows have a life of their own, don't they? I remember I was on the Glee project, and there was one week I could put in the bottom 3 because my eyebrows were moving too much, and I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like you must be seriously stuck for material here if that's the reason I'm in the bottom 3. I don't know. I like to think it makes me unique, or it just makes me weird. I don't know which one it is. So there you are. Are you excited about the release of the Christmas CD? I am. You guys have been supportive of it. I'm excited. It's been a fun project to work on. We've been working on it all year, and it's released on October 14th. You can get it through the CT website, or you can pre-order on iTunes as well. So CT website, iTunes, and October 14th. So I'm very excited for that release of the Christmas album. It's going to be it's a bit nerve-wracking because it's my first full-length album, and it's been a lot of work. But I'm excited to see what people think, and it's the beginning of a very exciting 3-year cycle for me. So this is we've got a lot coming up that we've been working on the last few years. Next 3 years is huge, so bring it on. Do I still have the Nintendo game Shannon gave you? Tonight I do actually. She gave me Mario Kart and Super Mario and all that good stuff. That is the only console I currently own, is the Nintendo 64. And I think anyone that's ever played it will agree it's the best. So there you are. Saw you in Chicago last weekend for the first time. You were awesome. Shauna Heppery, you're very kind. Thank you. Matt, she had a question there.
Alright. Favorite place you visited in America?
Favorite place in America? I've got a serious soft spot for Seattle. I'm a big fan of Seattle. I think it's an incredible city, and the weather is a little homely, so I love that. Boston, New York.
What do you think of Nashville?
Nashville, I do love Nashville. I would love to live in Nashville someday.
Yeah.
It's definitely an ambition of mine to be based there eventually, because it's a little closer to Ireland as well. So I love Nashville. But I mean, it's such a great country. There's so many great places here. It's sort of hard to pick the one place. I've got to be honest. There's so many great ones. We're obviously fortunate as a group and as musicians to see so many, and see meet so many different people from so many different areas. So it's a great advantage to the job.
Christy Osborne keeps asking, could you speak Irish?
Can I speak Irish?
It's just speak Irish. It's not can you, it's just speak Irish.
Speak Irish? I know, sorry, I don't mean to have like an accent, but I've been working in America since I was 14, so I'm always saying to people, give me a wee bit of a break here. Basically what I do is, when I'm home, I'm completely Irish. When I'm talking to like an audience, I try and articulate, not necessarily have an accent, I just try and articulate in the clearest way possible, because I went through 10 years of people saying excuse me or pardon or I didn't understand that, and trust me, if you were me, you would also be quite tired of that. So you learn definitely to speak clearly. That's the plan.
Did you ever sing Christmas 1915 again with the lads?
Love that song. That's one of my favourite songs that CT ever did, was Christmas 1915. So I'd love to do it again, to be honest. We're on tour until the December 4th or something, yeah. So maybe we might squeeze it in there, who knows. That's a question for Seamus Brett and David Munro, so you can ask those two lads. I would love to, for sure, and I'm sure the lads would as well.
Do you still keep in contact with your co-stars from Glee?
I do keep in contact with some of the co-stars in Glee. All the guys, we all get on great. It was a great atmosphere. They were all very kind to me coming in, because I was from Ireland and I'd never worked in a TV show before. As I said earlier, it's a very different world than touring and making records and performing. So everybody was really nice and sort of accommodating, and I get on great with everyone on the show. And most of the guys, we all sort of keep in touch and we talk quite frequently. I see Samuel Larson a lot, see Alex Newell, Bryce Vine actually, who's one of my good friends, who's doing great at the moment in his career. So Court Overstreet is just starting to release new music, so there's a ton of people out there going on. And it's sort of exciting to follow people and see how they're doing in their careers, and because post Glee, it's a bit like Celtic Thunder, honestly. It's just like this big bubble of security and work and obviously, you know, the real world isn't necessarily that. So yeah, it's everybody supports each other, and it's a good environment, and it's good and friendly. So it's great. It's great.
Here's one. What would your superpower be?
Superpower would be flight. It would definitely be flight. This year in particular, I feel like in my life I've traveled a lot. And the funny thing about it, I think a lot of people know, is that I am truly not a fan of flying. I never have been. So if I could have the power of flight, I would do that for sure, to avoid airports and planes and just public transport in general. I'm not a fan of. It stresses me out. So there you are. Are you dressing up for Halloween this year? Yes, Bailey, I am, but it is a surprise. Last year I was It the Clown, Pennywise, and that went down incredibly well. This year I'm going to be something different and bigger and better.
I remember, what was it, 2010, what were you dressed up as?
2010?
I have a photo of me and you.
Luigi. What was that? It was Luigi. What were you again? You were a banana. That's right. Hilarious. I know, I do love Halloween. It's an excuse to be stupid.
It should be good this year.
Yeah, it should be good crack, actually. Hi, Damo.
What do you visit the
Why
killer?
don't you divulge more about your 3-year plan? I mean, it's just sort of, you know, you can't let everything out at once, and there's nothing ever guaranteed. So you don't want to be saying news for next year that is not quite as concrete as you'd like it yet. But we've been just working on a lot of stuff, music, developing a sound, developing me into an artist as to where we want to go. We're continually adding to my team as well, which we're very fortunate to have some great members on, agents, managers, and all that good stuff. So I think it's just about building a brand, and really me getting better and continuing to just slog and get up every day and show up every day. People ask, is there a magic formula to, oh, you've been doing this for 9 or 10 years? There is no magic formula. I just show up every single day and try and get better and plan things. And we are now entering a phase where it is a big 2 or 3 years, and I can't wait to share more. But yeah, at the moment we're on the CT tour, then we've got the Christmas record, then we've got a Christmas tour of my own, and next year with CT, who knows what we have. You know, it's sort of, it's a bit of a guessing game. The lineup is constantly changing, so that keeps it fresh for you guys, keeps it fresh for us, and yeah, just keep tuning in. Whoever asked that question, I think it was Macquarie. So keep tuning in.
This one there, are you gonna have a music video?
I do have a music video. The music video is going to be released, I want to say, middle of November. We wanted to release it earlier because we shot it in August before I joined CT on the road. But it's a bit of a strange balance releasing a music video, because this video we sort of went all out, and it's a big budget music video. We sort of went all out, and it's very Christmassy. So it's like something you would see when you walk into Target, and there's like the cheesy family video there in the corner serving up custard creams and steak pies. That's pretty much what this is. So we couldn't release it too early, because if it was before Halloween, people would be like, this is very early. So we have to wait. I think it's going to be around middle of November, so keep tuning in for that as well. And thank you for being excited.
Isabel Glaza. Just go over some long stories. What kind of sports do you like?
Kind of sports I like: football, rugby, golf, tennis. Neil has got me into it. Well, I mean, I always liked snooker, but Neil is obsessed. He'd be backstage every night, and every night I go back and ask him, how's the balls tonight, Neil? So he'd be lining them up. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Cassie, perfect. Did you receive the photo album? Cassie, I did. I did receive that photo album where you I get this photo album where it was very interesting, where this lovely lady, Cassie, replaced her lovely face on every single picture I've taken with my girlfriend and put it in an album. So yes, Cassie, it's currently on the bus. It's got a proud place on the bus. So there you are. Thank you for that. That was incredibly creative, and I did find a funny side to it. So there you are. And Matthew behind the camera here is wetting himself laughing.
If you eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
If I what?
If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life.
Eat one thing for the rest of my life? Is coffee a legitimate answer? I don't know. I do go for 2 iced coffees a day. Starbucks is, if you ever want to meet us in the cities that we're in, find a local Starbucks to the venue, and I'm sure you will see half of our company there. I do like coffee, but I mean, I suppose it's just favorite meal. Recently, I've been on the cheese stuff. What's that called? Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. It took me a while to get into it, but I really like it now. So that's sort of a guilty pleasure at the minute, to be honest. I don't know if I can live on that though.
No.
Don't know. Coffee doesn't count. Thank you for making that clear, Jenny. You're very kind. Is there a specific C team member you're close to? I think this Legacy Tour, we're all honestly very, very much so on a level playing ground in terms of personal relationships, in terms of an absolute respect for each other. We all know that each and every individual in this particular show has a huge role to play, and the show would not be the same without any one of the five. So there's an absolute mutual respect there from each other for everyone. So this tour has been great. It really, really has. It's been the quickest we've ever done. We've done 30 shows and it feels like we've done 10. We've been out here for 6 weeks and it feels like we've been out for 2. So we've got 2 months left, and I hope I'm still saying that in 2 months. So maybe we'll do another one at the beginning of December, and I will update you. Have you thought of redoing Bird Without Wings? Sort of along the lines of what Natalie Cole did, but it disappeared before I finished it. But no, I did a post about that a few weeks ago, where I watched it for the first time in a number of years. And no, it's a very special memory that's documented, that we were fortunate to document in such a beautiful way. So I don't foresee me ever doing that again. It is where it is, and there's some special memories in there. Obviously, Big George, performing with him. Little did I know back then how much that would mean now. And my grandfather's also in that particular video, and he passed away 6 months after that. And he always wanted to make the Radio City show, which was the October. But he passed away, I think it was May or June he passed away. So he didn't quite make it, but he was saving up for it and he didn't make it. So that's a little bit of a regret, but I feel very lucky to have that memory where he's in the audience watching A Bird Without Wings when I was 14, and I'm singing it with Big George. So for those reasons, I would just leave that. I think I'll just leave that song alone, to be honest. It served the purpose, and it gave us all a great memory, I think. I haven't heard you sing Puppy Love in ages. Will you sing a bit? Alexis Vieira, will I sing a bit of Puppy Love? That is probably not gonna happen. To be honest with you, that also served the purpose. And I hadn't started growing up there yet. Science hadn't kicked in, and gravity hadn't kicked in. Now it has kicked in. Puppy Love will no longer be sung. Sorry about that. But thanks for caring. Shout out to Tori. Hello, Tori. Ginger Middleton. Hello from California. Hello. Cornelia Amy, what is your actual life calling? I'm assuming, Cornelia, that means you don't think it's singing or acting. What is my life calling? I honestly do not know. I think I'm pursuing a passion. I'm pursuing something I love doing. I'm pursuing what I think I was put here to do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm passionate about it, love it, and you know what? If you don't try, you'll never know. So that's currently where I'm at. In terms of what my actual life calling is, does anybody know that answer? Because I don't really think anyone knows what that looks like, unfortunately. If they did, life would be easier, wouldn't it?
What is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure. I enjoy going into a hotel room, particularly when I'm on tour, and I like running a bath, lighting candles. That is my guilty pleasure. So there you are. You have some interesting images in your head right now, I'm sure. But you asked the question and I answered, so there you are. Biggins! Damo, miss you, buddy. Evan O'Hanlon, you are missed, mate. It was good to see you in Chicago last week, and good to see you're doing so well and killing it with the Chicago Opera House. Best of luck with that. Emmett was obviously in the taping and he's in the records of Legacy. An incredibly talented member of the CT family. So yeah, he now moved on to the Chicago Opera House, and he's following his real love. So there you are. We seen him last week and he was in high spirits as ever and as lighter than I ever remember. So there you are. Shout out to Tessa Weir. Hello Tessa Weir. Hope you're well. Shout out to Sarah Everett. Hello Sarah. Hello from Ballymolly, Northern Ireland. Caroline Barkley. Hello Ballymolly. I had a wee bit of beetroot this morning. Is that the right accent? Beetroot. You're the best beetroot in Northern Ireland. Lovely. Drink of choice, coffee. What kind of candy do you love? Don't really eat candy anymore. M&M's, if anything, or Twizzlers.
Who's most likely to snore on the bus?
Who's most likely to snore?
Yeah.
I don't think we have any snorers on this bus. Emma Cahill quite enjoys. He just has very interesting rest periods. He's a bit of a. He's just a big lad. Like, he's a really big lad, so he has interesting rest periods where you never know when he's sleeping. Sometimes he can be up at 7 a.m. or sometimes he goes to bed at 7 a.m. or so. I mean, I don't think he snores, but he's got the most interesting rest schedule.
Sleep patterns.
Yeah, the sleep patterns are quite interesting. And on this tour though, every Sunday he's been waking up on a Sunday morning and going to sing at mass, at a local mass wherever he is. So that was I remember he told me that, and I've never been more impressed with a person ever, because that is really impressive. Hello from Finland. Hello. Keep your sincerity and don't let fame touch you. Thank you, Linda. I will try my very best. My mother always tells me I'm never too big for a slap, so there you are.
Yeah.
See you in Kansas City on Friday. Really excited. Really excited. Can't wait. Love Kansas City. It's gonna be great. Shout out to our princess Shreya. She went to see CT. She was 12. Hello Shreya. Hope you're well. And you're your mother's princess. I hope you know that. So there you are. Favorite junk food? Favorite junk food? I do love a crisp. I love a crisp. Salt and vinegar. That makes me weak. It makes me weak. If God told you the world was going to end tomorrow, did you see the rest of that?
If God said the world would end tomorrow, and He would allow you to do or have any 3 wishes without judgment, what would those 3 wishes be?
I would have my favorite songs on a loop for today. Favorite playlist on a loop for today. I would dance stupidly, more stupid than I normally do. I would see my friends and loved ones and have fun and be like, see you later. and then what would I do? I'd probably eat my favorite meal or something. There's a thing called Bridie's back home. It's a chipper food. I'd probably go out on a battered sausage supper. I would probably go out on that, and I would be a happy man, surrounded by loved ones, friends, and enemies. So there you are. I love Derry when I visited. Great crack. Good stuff. Love Derry. I miss it terribly every day. Do you ever get stage fright? Not anymore. Sometimes.
So we're coming up now to sound check.
We are coming up to sound check, so let's take 3 more questions and then I have a job to fulfill tonight in Des Moines, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Star Trek.
What's your most embarrassing memory on stage? Most embarrassing memory on stage. I remember one of the very first tours we were doing, when we had the sets. I was running up the stairs to the top of the stage for Raggle Taggle Gypsy, and it's quite an imminent. It's quite an imminent entry, and you start singing right away. And I was running up the steps, and I just absolutely ate it on the very top step. But I sort of pulled it off quite decently, because I sort of landed and just bounced myself back up again. That was the advantage of being 15 or 16 years old. Now I would probably pull a muscle. But yeah, I would say that's probably up there, to be honest. I'll take 2 more questions.
Have you been to Arnmore Island?
I haven't, no. It's actually sad. I haven't sort of seen enough of my own country. I've seen so much of America, and I've seen so much of the world. But I haven't. I want to see more of my own home and where I'm from. Obviously, I've seen the obvious spots, whether it be where I'm from, Derry, Belfast, Dublin. I've seen around, but like the actual the West Coast, I haven't really spent that much time on the West Coast. I would love to do that, because I've heard it's incredibly beautiful. So, yes, I would love to do more of that.
Last question.
Last question.
Make it a good one.
Get it in. Make it a good one. And by the way, before we do the last question, thank you all for tuning in. You're very kind. We really appreciate your support, whether it be the Celtic Thunder family, whether it be artists as individuals. Speaking on behalf of all of us, we're very grateful for the support you show, and we're very aware that we couldn't be able to do what we love without your support. So thanks for that, and we're very, very grateful. We continue to be so. So I'll take 1 more question, and then I will have to love you and leave you. Thank you for your music. Love you guys.
Biggest fear.
Biggest fear.
That's by Ashley Slemons.
Ashley Slemons. Biggest fear.
Or you could go with best advice. Biggest fear or best advice?
Best advice. I'll just do both. Biggest. I suppose they sort of tie into each other. My biggest fear would be. I mean, it's really quite deep and scary, but it would sort of be. I don't know. I guess not death. I'm not afraid of death, but I'm afraid of being taken before I'm like content with what I've done with my life and things I've achieved, whether it be primarily, family or loved ones or spending time with them, or whether it be career-driven ambitions. I think a fear of mine would definitely be being taken before sort of experiencing everything I can. And best advice, I don't know, I think sort of what I've learned in the last couple of years is just whatever you're pursuing, and this obviously stands to musicians and artists in particular, is to not let your art define you as a person. I think that's very important, because that's really how people run into a lot of troubles, and sort of, you hear about stories about depression and all that sort of stuff, and I think it's sort of important to treat it like a normal job, and don't let it define you. And when you do a project, sit it somewhere, be happy with it, be proud of it. Not everyone's going to love it. That is just the world we live in. That is real life. Just sit it there and then move on to the next thing. Don't let it define who you are as a person, and continue to live your life just like everyone else. So that's some of the best advice I've received, and that's what I try and do with my career and with my life. And I would advise applying it to yourself, because if you let your career, or if you let your ambition or dreams or whatever it is define you, I don't think you're ever going to be genuinely happy, because where does it end? Where does dreams and ambitions and all that stuff end? It doesn't really end anywhere. So you'll be chasing happiness forever. You'll never have it. So there you are. That was opening up a new service called Advice from Damian. Not really.
Life by Damian.
I know, Advice by Damian McGinty, life goals. So thanks for joining us, guys. You can get your CT tickets on the website, all that good stuff. Christmas record, October 14th, excited. And then everything else, stay tuned, and thank you for supporting us. We're very grateful. And have a good day. I'm off to perform a show, and try not to be terrible after no sleep. So, goodbye.